talking loud in the nighttime air. Voices clash without a care. Opinions flare like they matter so. But who's right we'll never know. Microphones like weapons drawn. Swagger in the twilight dawn. Each word iron, each thought steel. To be heard is the final deal. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one sways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Voice to voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Bow hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord side. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling up in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's ways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Raise your voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Battle hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord's tide. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's ways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. We say. We say. We say. Voice we say. Voice we say.
My mother twitted my fucking tip off!
Yeah! Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Hello, everyone. I like an encore. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Just kidding. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler, and it is Monday. So I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. Don't forget to hit our little subscribe button down below, share us, like us, all that fun jazz. And thank you for clicking on that little button to come sit with us and listen to the craziness going on in the world today.
All right, so we're going to be going over quite a bit. Pierre Poilievre, the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, has made some statements which has upset quite a few people in Canada. He flat out said that he thinks the RCMP was corrupt, but then he had to clarify his statements because, of course, any position a Conservative takes, they immediately backtrack and always do like that, and they go backwards. So he had to clarify that it was actually Brenda Lucki is who he was actually saying was unethical.
It's fair.
And she is. I don't know how that chick is walking around free like that. No, there's no way that dyke's sitting there running around the country after everything that she's done with the RCMP, with leaking information, hiding information, the countless number of times where she has done things unbecoming of a person of her stature. And I don't mean like built like a dishwasher. I mean like in
Rick.
her status.
House.
So we're going to get into that. Also, we're going to be talking about the No Kings protest, or if you are ruled by a king, no tyrants. The No Tyrants protest took place over the weekend, so we'll go over that. I'll kind of bury the lead here, leftists. No kings to be found except in countries that are ruled by the British monarchy, but they don't care about that because all these protests are all about Donald Trump. The
Right?
Trump Meister himself, the big bad evil orange man. So that is what we are going to be looking at. Also, an interesting thing has developed out of TwitchCon. For those that don't know, TwitchCon is like a big Twitch streaming event where one of their high-profile streamers was sexually assaulted live. So,
What?
oh yeah, yep. I'm not trying to make light of it. It's just, Twitch has a history of, doing really untoward things. And they even said that, we're going to be upping our security. But of course, Dan Clancy, Daniel, or whatever that dude's name is, again, failing. He kept his homeboy, Hassan. He kept him good. But anyone else in the event, go screw yourself. So we will talk about that and much more.
But before we do, Leah.
How can we dance when our earth is turning?
They don't produce anything. They don't do anything.
I don't sleep when our beds are burning. How can we dance when our earth is turning?
It's
So I've
Dan
learned through the
Clancy.
years that I have a very expressive face.
Mhm.
So like when I'm upset or if I don't like you, like, you know it. You just really do. So when I get surprised, right? I was laughing so hard, just the look on my face. Oh, this is what happens when we're live and two people have control. Yeah.
So we're gonna be wait, no, there's no way that Twitch had a bunch more incidences. I'm not surprised at all.
Of sexual assaults.
Apparently
Stop.
Apparently that's what happens at TwitchCon. That
Was Hassan involved?
No, he's too busy shocking his dog.
That's fair.
A lot more information has come out with regard to Hassan. Let's just say he's not a good dude.
I could tell you he wasn't a good dude when he shocked his dog for standing up.
Yeah, right. It's weird. I can't actually find the video of Amaru being assaulted. Was that taken down? Whatever. I'll find it eventually.
You see my
I'll
dog? He's standing in the background.
Shock him! Shock him! Zap his balls off!
No. It's too cute.
All right. So let's just get into this. TwitchCon attack. Why not? Well, I'm trying to find the original video. Oddly enough, I can't find the original video. I'm sure
Maybe
TMZ has it. You know they have it.
assaulted.
No, it was just super weird. Super weird. I find it really weird that I can't find the video anymore. Is this just how, like, there's stills of it, but there's no like live video of it anymore? Okay. Well, anyways, that don't really matter because we're going to be talking about how the RCMP is corrupt. Bad. There we go.
Naughty.
Okay, so yeah,
Don't-
I guess Pierre Polyev had made comments with regards to the RCMP being a little corrupt. So Pierre Polyev says RCMP comments were directed at former commissioner. So conservative leader Pierre Polyev says his accusations of political interference by the RCMP during former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's tenure were directed at the National Police Service's former commissioner, not the institution itself. Well, I would actually argue that it's the institution itself. I stand shoulder to shoulder with the brave men and women in uniform who put their lives on the line every day to protect and serve. Polyev wrote in a statement on Monday, today and every day, I thank them for their service. My comments were directed to the former RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki. We've covered her quite a bit with her actions. With her actions. My comments were directed at former RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki, who has a lengthy track record of publicly documented scandals, deception, and political interference to the benefit of the Liberal government. Polyev also wrote, we called for her resignation. We stand by that call to this day. In an interview with the YouTube channel Northern Perspective last week, Polyev accused the RCMP of shielding Trudeau from criminal charges. During the interview, Polyev said that many of the scandals of the Trudeau era should have involved jail time and called the RCMP leadership just despicable when it comes to enforcing laws against the Liberal government.
Great.
Yeah, so we could keep going. So we've seen things like God, what do I have here? Oh right. With gun ban legislation in like what 2021-ish. After a mass shooting event in Canada, what the government was doing was any guns that were used in a crime, well, we're gonna, like, if it was used in a crime, that gun's gonna get banned. So one thing that actually ended up tainting a lot of this opinion and information was that they leaked this information early, which they were not supposed to. We've seen things like RCMP were trying to weed out any officers who were sympathetic or showed any type of support to the Freedom Convoy.
Oh
Or
my God.
do you remember at the Coots Sweetgrass blockade in Alberta where there was farm equipment on the side of the road or in a farmer's field and they sabotaged it?
Oh, sabotaged it? That's actually putting it nicely. They completely destroyed this $1 million vehicle.
Well, it wasn't a million, but they hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage to these.
But it wasn't even, I don't even think it was fixable. Like they destroyed it.
I remember correctly, it was irreparable damage.
Yeah, exactly. They destroyed it. Unfixable. It's horrible. I bet they went home and were so proud of themselves that night too.
Like, put that into perspective. Something not used in the furtherance of a crime. They just went, well, they're close enough, so we're going to sabotage them.
Well, yeah, because they had other farmers and stuff like that were joining in the Freedom Convoy. So they're like, oh, you have a tractor? You want to use it for farming purposes? Nah, fork you. Forget it.
Yeah, so I have a little read up here. So electrical damage, including cutting the battery cable, starter solenoids, glow plug solenoids, and control box wiring was inflicted. Additionally, a number of fuel lines and filters were removed, with their intakes being spray foamed shut.
Oh my God.
This is what our RCMP did. A bunch of thugs. This is why, like, I understand Pierre has to take the political position, but you know what? I don't have to. When you see instances that the police say, you know what? We don't care. We'll destroy your stuff if we think, if we feel, if our feels kind of get in the way. No. Okay, if this equipment was going to be used in the furtherance of a crime, you cannot preempt a charge, especially to destroy equipment.
I don't know. I hope it probably wasn't, but I hope that person went after the RCMP and got it replaced on their dime. I doubt it, but
it should come out of their personal freaking
right.
Like this type of stuff is absolutely insane. There was absolute outrage when this happened.
I will agree with that. I feel that if they were given an order from someone to do it, it should come out of that person's pocket. If they just decided and made this decision on their own to do what they did, 100% it should be coming out of their pocket.
I would not be surprised if they said, hey, we noticed this equipment relatively close to a place where a demonstration is taking place. Let's go and destroy it. And they got a call from the higher up. Someone approved that decision. That wasn't just made willy-nilly. Someone approved the destruction of private property, not in accordance with a crime, just close enough.
It's probably like, again, this is just me saying this. It's not actually proven. It was probably Trudeau. Like the way that he acted with the the way that he acted with the whole Freedom Convoy.
He went out to Coots, Alberta, and just like,
no.
What is this?
He got wind of it. He got wind of it, or maybe he like flew by it. He radioed in to the RCMP, like, "Yo, I see the tractor in the field. Get rid of it." Like,
yeah,
100%.
They might start trying to farm in February. Nah, we can't have that.
I hate truck. He probably has like every time he sees like a semi or a tractor, he probably like twitches. I feel.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe that's why Katy Perry likes him. He becomes like so twitchy. He's like a human vibrator. She'll just take him to like truck stops.
As she said, she kissed a girl and she liked it.
Apparently. She stayed there.
Do you imagine that?
Nope.
Like, I want to know.
I'd rather kiss Katy Perry.
I'd rather kiss my dog. With tongue.
Ew.
Well, it's not gay.
I mean, it's granted, but ew.
Yeah, that's true. Dogs are sloppy kissers.
Just ew. God. What's wrong with you?
I don't know, man. It's been a long day. It's been a very long day. And
how much have you drank today?
God, I wish I was. Can you even drink on YouTube? I mean, I guess, right?
I don't know. Why not?
Well, apparently on Twitch you can do whatever you want. Okay, so you know how Twitch recently had, I know we're talking about RCMP and corruption, but you know how Twitch had like a live birth on, they streamed like a live birth on Twitch?
No, I don't know that. That sounds disgusting.
How far removed are they from going, this is how a baby comes into the world, to this is how a baby's made? You think like Twitch doesn't see like all the money raking in on like those OF chicks and goes, if we could just somehow skirt like enough, like, you know, maybe have like tassels on that, you know, little kids, like you're not exposing yourself, but like you're basically exposing yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if Twitch went that far.
Sorry, you just said tassels and it made me like
wee
100%. Okay, so funny story. So when I went out with the girls from work on Friday, you know, my purse, it's a suede tassel purse, right? So one of the girls that was there, she was having a few drinks and she started calling me tassel tits. She's like, "Hey, tassel tits." I'm like, oh my God. I was laughing so hard. And I could just like envision Yeah, the titty tassel's going 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, a little more serious. So Brenda, like, okay, does anyone out there does anyone remember when she was in I can't remember what she was being questioned in, but she was getting fed answers.
Who are we talking about?
But Brenda Lucky, when
Oh, we're
she was
back to
getting
her. Okay.
questioned, yeah, I was saying back to, a little more
Oh.
serious. I seem to be the only person that noticed it, but I can't remember what the questioning and commission was about.
You weren't the only person that noticed it. It was brought up something else I was watching. They had made notice of it.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah, because
yeah.
like you could hear, like she was supposed to be giving statements herself, and there was someone behind the camera that was answering for her, and then she answered. So man, I don't know. Does this look better, or does this look better? All right. I don't know.
This looks better. Whoa.
Does that look
there
better?
we go. Much better.
Does that look better?
Oh my god. Oh, nice. You just remove me. Like, and does this look better?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember what it was about, but when she was being questioned, you could just hear someone feeding her answers. And I think that's absolutely like to say wrong. But I don't know if anyone just caught on it. I don't know. Like if anyone remembers what that is, please in the comments, please let me know. And I guess you know what? I guess should this be like the question of the day? Question of the stream? Is the RCMP corrupt? Dot, dot, dot. How about that? Is the RCMP corrupt? I think they are. I really do. Anyone in the comments? I don't know. Like I said, if anyone can remember what that was, I don't know. That really.
I know. I'm trying to look for it here, but it's a little tricky.
Yeah, I think so. Oh well. But so we've seen how the RCMP have kind of played these games. They've covered up. Everyone remembers the SNC Lavalin thing, the Aga Khan thing, the number of violations, ethical breaches, conflicts of interest, all of this stuff that Justin Trudeau has that happened under him or either him directly. And it's like the RCMP just carry on. You just keep doing your thing there, JT. We don't really care, I suppose. So yeah, I guess if we can't really find anything exactly with regards to it, it is bothering me that
it's hard because there's too many things that are popping up. But without actually clicking on it, that's what I'm saying. Without actually clicking on it and listening to them, I'm not going to know which one it is, which is a little too difficult. I mean, I keep seeing ones where she passes on questions about systematic racism, but I don't know. I'm not finding anything, but I do remember that. I do remember it. Like you could clearly hear somebody telling her what to say. You're muted.
Feeding her answers. Yeah, well, I also told you to mute your goddamn phone.
Well, I was too busy looking this way, not at your message to me. Oh my God. How about no?
A little professionalism here. God damn it. Yeah, so it is bothersome to hear, like anyone that comes from the left, when you listen to them say, like, oh, well, look at how dare Pierre impugn this corporate or this institution and all this stuff. Thank you. Like we have noticed time and time again. What's up, John? What do y'all feel? Nipple tassels. You're here earlier.
Be a little more specific.
But so
Do we feel that it's corrupt? Yes, we do.
Yeah, 100%. I think the Liberal Party or the Liberal Party, little Freudian slip. The RCMP, I think they are corrupt. They have engaged in I think in corrupt activities. I don't think that's any shock. But for Pierre to make these statements, and again, we're just two dopes. I just read the news, I look at what's going on, and this same people on the opposite side of the political aisle, they see this stuff. They see the same thing I'm seeing. They see the reports coming out. They see the unethical things. They see the scandals, the cover-ups, Jody Wilson-Raybould being unceremoniously booted because she refused to budge and fought against Justin Trudeau and that whole corruption thing. So much so SNC-Lavalin doesn't exist anymore. That's how corrupt that place was. It now operates under a different name. And John, yes, I will agree. Freedom is not free. I agree. So what do you say? So their corruption is what I will not talk about. I dealt with it. What, you dealt with like RCMP corruption?
Curious.
Well, a little curious. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, jeez.
It's pride every day, baby. It's pride every day.
Well, according to the Liberals, maybe. My job.
Oh, okay. Say no more, sir.
Fun. Don't envy you.
Well, look. Well, we could even talk about, like, you know, the reason why we keep bringing up the Freedom Convoy and why people are like, well, why are you still living in the past? Why? It's because it hasn't been dealt with. The issue, no one's come and said, you know what we did was wrong. They just carried on, and then they went, oh, you lost your job. It's like, no, fuck you.
There's no sympathy there at all.
Flip you, fornicate you, go get stuffed. You.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because those things haven't been dealt with, because there has been no resolution, no restitution, nothing has been done to actually remedy the damage that has been done. Well, yeah, people are kind of like, hey, you know what? This was how I view it. It is so much. It's not that there's corruption. Okay, we understand that there is corruption within the world, or that we should try and limit corruption within Canada as much as possible. But it's very, very different when this was a coordinated effort in order to. How I view it is that this was an attack on the scientific method itself. This was trust. This was trust absolutely destroyed. And this is how you destroy those institutions. The only reason that we participate in any, the rule of law, the elections, anything like this, even in commerce, using fiat currency, is because we believe that these institutions are trustworthy. Once we stop believing in those institutions and the trust in those institutions are eroded to zero, that's when things break down. If we do not trust that our elections are free and fair and limited, or at least any type of interference is removed, we no longer trust an election. If we believe that the justice system is not serving in a just manner, but in a political manner, then we no longer can trust it. And this was the idea with Godwin's law of, it would be better that one one criminal go free than 10 innocents suffer. And then, what was it? Not George Washington. What was it? Benjamin Franklin talked about. Then he even expanded on that, and he said it's better that 100 criminals go free than one innocent suffer. Sorry, I mixed up the first one.
I was like, what?
You know, but so it's the idea that if you are, the system will do everything in its power to ensure innocence is upheld. It gives a reward system to being truthful. And when you no longer believe in that, that's when you start operating outside of that system. You're no longer trusting in good faith. We've seen in good faith what the justice system will do. We watched Tamara Litch and Chris Barber get attacked. They're still attacked relentlessly. Every freedomer and every truck driver that decided, or individual that decided to support this, were called criminals. We tried to overthrow the freaking government. And this came from the highest offices. It wasn't like some douchebags on X or in little Facebook's groups. This was political party leaders. Jagmeet Singh of the NDP saying this was an insurrection. Those are insurrectionists.
Yep. Well, Trudeau too, calling us terrorists and stuff like that. Like, it just, the mental picture that they placed on Canadians about other Canadians that were doing literally peaceful things. It just, they did a very good job through all of COVID in literally getting everybody to attack their neighbors in one way, shape, or form. Just to turn on each other. 100%.
Well, and remember, like, I don't, if anyone remembers, like, you know, George Soros, you know,
100%, Greg. Sorry.
He's a Jew that turned on
What?
Jews to write propaganda for the Nazis. That's what he did.
Well, look at the what was the movie, The Pianist, that we watched. A lot of the Jews were working with
Do you remember all the memes that came out from that? It had you know, those soldiers when the pianist, whatever the guy is, like, he's in like a Nazi coat, or I think it was like the Americans stopped him or something. He's like, "What are you?" And it's like, I'll see if I can find them, but it's like, "I'm retarded, prove it. I voted for Kamala Harris, or I'm a white guy for Harris." Like that type of thing.
That's funny. But even in that movie, like, it literally showed like a bunch of Jews that ended up working for or working with the Nazis against their own people.
Mhm.
So,
well,
yeah.
because if given the opportunity, like, hey, it's either you stick with the regime, believe the regime, and we'll take care of you. You've seen this happen in Colombia, in Venezuela, in Germany during the 1930s. It was when, like, hey, you stick with us, your family will be fed, you won't have to worry. But if you're against us, your family will starve. Your family will starve. So, what side do you want to be on? You don't want your family to starve, do you? So, I don't know. I've seen John. So, what do you believe in? I assume in personally. But are you just asking in chat? Just wondering. Well, what were you in response to? What?
Hold on, I'm lost.
No, that's all right. That's okay.
I looked up at the wrong time there. Mine was what he had said. Oh my gosh, where was it now? That we're not going to survive.
Well, I think Canada is really behind the 8 ball. I think we're really behind the 8 ball. I think that there's quite a bit that, like, I think one thing that, and this is where I make the distinction, the Liberals are very good at, they ingratiate themselves with culture. You see any culture war issue, the Liberals dig into that mountain. or they dig into that molehill and make it a mountain. They are unrelenting to actually concede any and all ground. They will fight to the death to maintain it. And they will force the conservative parties or any conservative leaning party to now whether attack that idea because they've retreated from it, because the media, of course, has a liberal slant. You're going to, hey, do you want to have a cushy, good paying job where you just write puff pieces for the government where you're, maybe like 60-40 in favor of the liberals and then like 90-10 against the conservatives? Or do you want to be like Rebel News where you're seen as a pariah and never taken seriously? And I understand Rebel News and those types of media outlets. Yeah, they get into their sensationalism and all that type of stuff. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Every media organization has abandoned truth and only applies feelings. So this is one thing. Liberals are very good at ingratiating themselves with the culture and actually driving culture. Conservatives were very much focused on just meritocracy and kind of became the party of no, not really espousing, hey, this is the world I want to see for my kids, until they realize 10, 15 years later that why do we have Drag Time Story Hour for kids? Like, it seemed like it just appeared out of nowhere.
Right? It 100% did.
It's been building and building slowly until it was finally, you can't hide from it. It's in your face. It's in your children's face.
It was definitely in our faces.
Yeah. So I think conservatives, we're kind of realizing, you guys are starting to figure out that this has been decades in the making. This wasn't just I filled out a petition for, my federal government. Well, it didn't happen, so now I go home. Well, that's not how the liberals play it. And I mean small L liberals, not big L liberals. How small L liberals play it is they phone their MPs. They have coordinated campaigns where they will inundate someone's emails, their phone calls, even if it's like 10 people on a rotation. They keep phoning. I'm complaining about this. I'm complaining. And, if you're one person and you're getting 10, 15, or 100 phone calls in one day, you're going to go, clearly these people are pissed off about this. Clearly this is a problem. And so they kept going and going and going. Look at the peak, as we talked about on Saturday. The peak is transgender rights. You think it just started? With, just a little nothing? No, it built up to that. So I think conservatives are really starting to realize that you guys are like a decade behind. The liberals, the small L liberals, they have the logistics in place. They have people in the bottlenecks of power. They've pushed through legislation. Like, look at all the, law type firms that specifically call themselves activist lawyers. They've put themselves in those positions. So that, I think, is what we're really seeing.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out where it was that everything went downhill. Like, you have a lot of the conservatives. So we talked before about how, when you had back when it was still just the LGBT, merge LGB, LGB, they wanted to be able to just be accepted and to be able to marry the person that they love. That's it. That's all they wanted. And you had said before about how a lot of the conservative people or the Christians or whatever were like, they were worried that if you give an inch, everything's going to go to heck, right?
Yeah, the slippery slope fallacy.
The slippery slope, yes. So I'm trying to wonder, like, I I don't think, nor do I believe that that's where it started. It didn't start there because for the longest time, things were fine.
No,
And
I
I
think it did.
I don't. I think it was more through COVID. People went nutty. That's
No,
when literally our
it's
government started going along with do you remember, oh my god, what the heck was her name? It changed its name to Jessica Simpson. Yvene. Oh my god.
Jessica Yaniv.
Thank
See,
you, Yaniv. Yes.
but that's
Stuff like
been
that and allowing that kind of stuff where I think that's where a lot of it started. And then
no, I don't agree, but
you don't.
no.
Things were fine before that. It was literally like
No.
through the
When
COVID area that people lost their minds.
when no, I think that was just the time for them to pull the trigger. I think that was it.
Definitely pulled the trigger.
You know, as the expression goes, don't let a good crisis go to waste. That was George Bush. George Bush said that. Don't let a good crisis go to waste. So, well, even if you look at COVID, so how I look at COVID is like this stuff has been working up for years. End stage liberalism, or the absolute absurdity, and I mean the absolute absurdity end of liberalism, is the dissolution of any type of morality. It's subjective, it's by government, it's by fiat, and it's by apps like the 5149. And I think that is where the extreme end of end stage liberalism goes. That men can become women because the individual is the center. So if the individual is the center and the truth comes from the individual, from myself, that there's no outside external force, or just at least objective view, but it's just my truth, my lived experience, and all that type of rhetoric that was going on with that. I think what that ends up doing is where a man can become a woman. Who's you to say with my subjective view? They remove the objectivity in absolute subjective replacement. So I think that this stuff has taken place over decades. You know, first wave feminism wasn't the feminism that we're dealing with today, but of course, you build on it. You build on it. You find something else to attack.
Yeah, but just because someone took something that was already good and turned it into shit doesn't mean that it started by the one good thing that was created or the one good thing that brought there. Like I'm sorry, like unless I was completely blind growing up through years, I did not see bad there. I didn't see what we're seeing now. That's the thing is when you think about through the
Go ahead. Sorry.
When you think about through the COVID times, like, okay, all of a sudden men would get arrested and identify as a woman. Then everybody started placating to that, bending over. Okay, well, you know what? That's fine. Now you can go into the DMV and you don't need certificates anymore to prove that you actually had surgery. Now you can just go in there and be like, I'm a woman, beard and all. And they'll be like, we got you.
Yes, because you self-identify. So, and this is the point that I'm making. So
before then,
well, look at how things were before. You were gatekept from news organizations, from television stations. So they curated it. It was once the explosion and the wide accessibility and availability of the internet did this stuff start to appear. So we've had the internet for 30 years? Like maybe 20, that it's kind of been a normal, like everyone more or less has access to it one way or another. So instead of like, you might have one weirdo that lives in your town, but that's just one weirdo.
I am the weirdo.
But now those people that they had to interact with people in their community, and the community kind of self-regulated itself. Well, now what can I do? I can go on the internet, furry fandoms, and I can start seeking out communities that are more aligned with whatever interest I may have.
I mean, I
So
guess technology has advanced a lot in the even the last, I don't know, handful of years. That I mean, okay, I can grasp that. I guess they're getting more daring to come out.
well,
They
it's
got
that. So
places.
so I think that's where the big separation, or at least this stuff started to happen more. It was easier to coordinate. So it wasn't like 2020 or 2021. COVID was just like CERN flicked on in the world, the timeline split. No, I think because they're just kind of like gearing up, like they're looking for, well, how can we reimagine society? We see these issues going on in society. We see that maybe there's too much money with this group of people and there's not enough money here. Well, how can we solve that problem? How about we take all that money and give it all to the very rich people who are able to manufacture or build things better so that we could help everyone? That's in their view. They see themselves as the solution. They trust themselves. They don't trust you. They think you're an idiot.
I don't know. Maybe it was just through COVID is when I finally forking woke up.
I
Maybe
think
that's my problem.
I
Is
I think that's it. I
I
think a
was
lot of
sleeping until
people
then.
I think a lot of people were. And it's not like a slight. I'm not slighting against anyone. It, most people are just, hey, I just want to get my kids to soccer practice, to hockey practice. I want to go spend time with my kids and play this and watch movies with my family. I want to go to the bar with my friends. I just want to do good at my job and get the next promotion and all that
Next
stuff.
paycheck to pay all the taxes that Canada taxed you.
Well, yeah. So you were just busy with life. That was it. And I don't fault people for that. But that was kind of the knock-on effect that when they shut down all of that, people went, okay, well then I'm going to turn towards the news. What's going on in the news? And I think a lot of people started going, huh? Just doing that, just going, huh?
News.
Oh, you sound so robotic. You're like, news.
News.
Greg, I don't know where you're from, but there is a famous story in Winnipeg that exact thing happened. It was this was maybe 15 years ago or so.
Amajimodier
So
Boulevard.
sorry, I'll read for anyone that's just listening. So Greg says the RCMP is corrupt when an officer drinks and drives while on duty and smashes a police car and still keeps his job and gets promoted. So what we had in Winnipeg was a officer was driving on the north side of the perimeter and was crossing through a, oh no, you know this story.
Oh wow. Dun dun dun.
So
Carry on.
the officer ended up striking a young woman, if I remember correctly. He was speeding, blew
Yep.
through the lights at pipeline in the perimeter, killed her. Nothing came of it.
No, he was given paid suspension for a while. I don't know. Other stuff was supposed to have been happening, but long and short of it, he still had his job. I don't know if he's the one that you're talking about that got promoted. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. But regardless, he drank, he drove, he killed somebody, got suspended with pay, and kept his job.
As far as I know, yeah, he didn't
Disgusting.
face jail time, or maybe it was like a suspended
I think
license
so.
or something like that. I don't remember the particulars. Like I said, it's been like 10, 15 years ago that happened. But Elise, hello, welcome, cute puppy. Puppies always get scritches here. Okay, puppies get scritches. Your first mistake was living in Kelowna. It's beautiful. I actually like Bologna and Kelowna. Bologna,
Bologna.
Bologna and Kernan.
Oh,
Kelowna
Lord.
and Vernon are beautiful.
There you go. Bologna.
Kelowna is beautiful. It's just right on that. I don't know what that lake is called, but it's like right in the valley there, all in the. What is it? I don't know what is that valley called? I know like Peachland. I know that.
Oh my God! Did you see
know
what
what
she wrote?
Yeah, I see that. I'm trying to keep it.
Jesus.
I'm trying to keep it light for now. We'll get right back into it. Don't you worry. Um, what is that? What is that whole valley called? Is it just called the valley? Oh, the Okanagan Valley. Yes, there we go. Yes, thank you, thank you. I've been all up and down that. It's not 97. Is it 94? That goes from like Highway 3 all the way up to the Trans Canada, like Kelowna, Vernon, Peachland, down to Lake Osoyoos. Is that 93? I'm blanking on it. Or is that one of the three 97s? Oh, it is. Oh, of course it's a 97. There's like 97 A, B, and C if I remember correctly. Oh, you're in Thompson. Fantastic. Oh, that's funny. Ah. All right, so let's all right, so I guess I'll read what Elise had put here. Have you seen the college student in Kelowna while RCMP are doing a wellness check? She dragged a young Chinese woman down. Like the RCMP did this? I have a big issue with wellness checks. It's like police think that like hearing wellness checks means like I could kick your door in and like I don't know, just it's like I'm here to make you feel better. Shut the hell up. Ugh. Oh boy, yeah, okay. Well, that's nice. That's nice of them to do a wellness check. Maybe they were just making sure that her roots were good.
Jesus. Oh my God. Is this real hair? Ay, ay, ay.
You look like
It's
a
the weave. We're going to take it off.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like this type of stuff happens. And again, like when people start losing confidence and losing trust in our institutions, in our police force, the example that I've used many times before is like if a person comes up to your house in like I don't know, like a clown outfit or something, they have like the little parasol squirt thing, and they're like, "Open up! I'm here to search your property." And you're going, what are you doing? Like, that is how people start looking at this. This is how people are starting to. We're seeing communities in Canada where police, you have no jurisdiction here. You leave. We police our own. You get out. We are seeing that starting to form here. So people are already losing faith in our justice system, in our policing. And when that absolutely happens, Canada is FUCK fort.
It is going to fornicate itself.
There's going to be a lot of fornicating. A lot of fornicating.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift a little bit towards the No Kings protest, because this has been fantastic to see the No Kings protest. Anyone keeping up with it? Were there any live streams? I only seen live streams from the United States. Like I know JD Delay was reviewing a lot.
Was there anything in Canada about the No Kings? Like No Kings protests and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, it took place in Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver. But they called it No Tyrants. Because if anything says okay. Do your spiel. We'll move into this. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to keep going for a little while.
All right. So if you're new here, hit the little subscribe button, share, like us, all that fun stuff. Feed the plant.
You're welcome.
Feed me all night long.
Lesbian? Homosexual? How can I describe you?
Gay. I'm just kidding.
Gay!
You gay. No, you were supposed to do that one next, you ding dong. I
Oh.
literally set you up for it.
Whatever.
You're like the worst.
Good enough. Close enough. All right. Well, you know what? Let's just rip it right from the old CBC, the Communist Broadcasting Corporation. Just right from here. How do I do this? Nope, that there. So Montrealers show up to support democracy at No Tyrants protest. Yes. Event was of 1,000 protests happening as part of the No Kings movement. Oh. Does anyone think that this movement is a grassroots movement? Do you think it was from the bottom up, or do you think it's from the top down? Quick little.
So, sorry, what was the question? Do you think what the protest started?
Yeah, you think the No Kings protest was a grassroots movement?
What do you mean by grassroots?
Like it started from the ground up, grassroots, from the ground up.
No, actually, in the United States specifically, no. I think it was definitely the Democrats that kind of planted the seed.
We will divulge any misconceptions. Trust me, I'm not drunk. I'm just retarded.
True story.
Fuck you.
So, okay.
All right. So
No,
Montrealers gathered
okay.
in Place du Canada on Saturday to send a
Canada.
pro-democracy message in what was dubbed a No Tyrants demonstration. It was one of many rallies taking place across North America. I told you I'm not retarded. I promise. North America, including Washington, D.C., as part of the wider No Kings movement in the United States. The mass mobilizations are to protest the direction of the country under President Donald Trump and what Republican Party leaders are calling Hate America. Dave Hamlin Schellenberg was born and raised in Montreal, but holds dual citizenship. Traitor! Between Canadian and American citizenship. He's chair of the Quebec chapter of the Democrats Abroad. Not politically affiliated at all. The group behind Saturday's protest in Montreal. Speaking to the crowd, Hamlin thanked them not only for showing up, but for standing up on their knees. Today isn't just about gathering. It's about showing that we care and that democracy still matters, that voices still matter, that together we still matter. Okay, we could keep going on and on and on. Defund the military complex, totally based. Hey, fantastic, great, love it. Yeah, but you guys, I
rolled my eyes so hard, like it actually hurt there. Sorry.
Should we get into the hypocrisies right now? The same people that called for military intervention within Canada, but no tyrants. It's funny. They're like, just because I had posted on our X, it was a flag, and it's the good guy flag. It just says good guys. So I am part of the good guy team. If you do not have a good guy flag, means that you're not the good guys. I'm the good guys. This is how they're basically acting. Even though Justin Trudeau operated as a tyrant, we've seen the draconian measures that went through within Canada, the absolute destruction of any type of ideals of democratic will of the people, even in their democracy-centered idea of 5149, which again I've brought up. Just that alone calls a crap ton of questions. If they really wanted 5149 democracy, well, maybe a liberal will actually ask me why democracy, direct democracy, is an absolute travesty and why they are so wrong in believing in it. But so we've seen things like, well, you know what? I guess I'll say this. Trust me, it's not an original thought. Good thing there are still no kings in the United States. it is funny that the people protesting no kings in Canada are literally ruled by a king. Oh.
100%.
As I don't know that we can get away from our corrupt government in Canada. I think, at least I'll say this. Well, I think the Alberta movement, the Alberta independence, I have my own opinions on that. And I think if Alberta separates, Canada falls apart and it becomes like it balkanizes. And we have mechanisms within Canada to correct Canada. And the issue that I have, like, I know there's a lot of people that talk about, like, you know, becoming a republic or you know, just changing the system. Cool. Love it. I would love for Canada to be a republic, but I believe in that idea. It doesn't matter if the paper means anything. So this would actually get into a deeper discussion of rights, and I won't get into them here. But if you don't believe, or if you are not willing to fight for those ideals, if ultimately, it's no different than me holding up this piece of paper and saying, this is my charter and it protects everything. And then someone takes it and rips it in half and burns it and goes, yeah, cool. Those charter. Bastards. Now what? I think it's more important to change the ideas. And this is why I really do believe when Breitbart says politics is downstream from culture, you have to change the people, make them believe in these things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because if you just rip out our charter in Canada and install a republic, people don't care. It's the people that gives the paper its value, its meaning. Like the Declaration of Independence that you see in the United States, people revere that as important. They actually feel like it is almost like a religious document. But then there's other people who say, this is an old document, it's garbage, who cares? So I think that's where the difference is. And like I said, I won't get into the whole discussion of rights right now.
So, okay, so yeah. With the... What?
I 100% agree. Yeah, I think the Liberals look at our charter as like a game. Like, how can we get around? How can we enact our will while still maintaining a charter? That's more or less how I view it. So, sorry, what were you saying, Kim?
So, okay. So first, hold on. Okay, I was scared something was going to start playing and then all of a sudden come through if I wasn't muted.
Oh.
So with the whole no kings thing, so I had looked up, oh my God, here we go. Like, what is the No Kings protest, right? So the No Kings protest, also known as internationally as the No Dictators or No Tyrants protest. It's a series of demonstrations largely in the United States. So if you
be protesting China.
Okay, so when you look at, and it's funny, okay, largely, or demonstrations largely in the United States against the organization described as authoritarian policies from Donald Trump and corruption in his administration. So when you actually look up the definition, well, what is a tyrant? Well, a tyrant is a cruel or oppressive ruler. A tyrant has disposed of popular demonstrations. Okay. What is the definition of cruel? Because it's saying cruel, right? Willfully causing pain or suffering to others or feeling no concern about it. Gonna say wrong. I haven't seen him do that. Dictator. Okay. A ruler with total power over a country, typically one who is obtained by control by force. So then I had asked good old AI, because AIs are awesome. So what is an example of a tyrant?
Is Justin
Pol
Trudeau
Pot,
a tyrant?
Joseph Stalin, Adolf Hitler. Those are examples. Okay. Kim Sung from North Korea.
Kim Il-sung.
Thank you. See, it looked like two L's to me. And then, well, what is an example of a dictator? Then you have Kim Jong-un. Okay, so do you really see Trump falling in line with any of those people? He hasn't done remotely the same, anywhere close to the same things. He hasn't killed the amount of people that all those people have. And the way that they, like, the literal definitions of tyrant and dictator do not match what he is in the slightest. They keep throwing the words around.
No, I don't even.
Not...
I don't even agree with having to defend these positions because these people don't believe it. They don't believe it.
Insane. Like, how stupid do you have to be?
But that's how these people are. They know that Donald Trump isn't a tyrant. He's not trying to wield unchecked authority. There's still the courts. There's still processes that this stuff has to go through. So they know that he's not a tyrant. They know he's not a dictator. They just have to use this rhetoric to rile people up because emotional people do stupid fucking things. That's why. Emotional people are dumb. And I don't mean like lacking intelligence. They make dumb decisions. How many good decisions? Anyone out there in chat, how many good decisions do you make when you're emotional? How many good decisions? Probably not a lot, right? Probably not a lot.
No.
100% agree, Spiritual Outlaw. 100% agree.
Vax Daddy? Is that, oh God, what's his name?
What, Albert Bourla? Anthony Fauci?
Fauci is who I was thinking of. Fauci, ouchie, there we go.
Or Justin Trudeau. Like, I can understand the criticism with Trump, and I 100% agree with it, that with the whole light, whatever he called it, light speed or whatever, to roll out this vaccine. Like, my whole position with the vaccine stuff was, if you want to get it, dude, who am I? Who am I to tell you? I think people should be informed of making their decisions and given the best information with regards to that. The big problem that I started to run into when people were saying, hey, there was a pilot in BC, one of the famous stories that came out of Canada. I have Guillain-Barré syndrome. If I take this, I could die. And so he lost his job as a pilot because he couldn't. They said, well, because you're not taking it, then you're out of a job. Sorry. See you later, buddy. One of the famous stories was, the band The Offspring. The drummer of that band for like 22 years has Guillain-Barré syndrome, and the band just kicked him out. Like, with friends like that, who needs enemies? So we've seen story after story. We've seen people that have been injured and concerned. We've talked about Dan Hartman and his son, Sean, who had complications, or at least suspected complications with regard to COVID, and his son died. And so I think once you start forcing that stuff on people, yeah, I have a big problem with that. Big problem with that. But so I have this from gov.exe, a friend of the channel, and we've had Kevin on a few times. What?
Sorry, did you while I was trying to look up stuff, did you know that Trump has a response to the No Kings protesters?
Oh, we'll play it. We'll play it after.
Okay.
We'll play it after.
I finally found it and I started watching it a little bit and I stopped it. But
so yeah. this is one of the protests going on in Montreal. Oh, why?
No Trump, no KKK! No fascist USA! No Trump, no KKK! No fascist USA!
What the hell? They're not even the same.
No KKK! No fascist USA! No Trump, no KKK! No fascist USA!
They'd be like literally saying like no dogs, no wood ticks. Like they're totally different.
What?
Trump and the KKK, they're not even remotely the same.
I mean, if you are paid to think that, yeah, no,
guess.
was it no Trump, no
No
KKK,
Trump, no
no
KKK,
fascist
no
USA?
fascist USA. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like,
going to get stuck in my head and not in a good way.
no, but that's how these people. Well, wait, I thought it was about dictators around the world. Why would you be targeting Donald Trump? This is
Because it's
all
all about Trump.
AstroTurf. I
They're so
promise you all.
narcissistic.
This is all AstroTurf. This is fake bull donkey bologna sausage. Bologna sausage. We have this from Wiretap. Wiretap Media. While Canadians' political classic is ignoring Antifa-aligned NGOs like the Canadian Anti-Hate Network, who may be aiding funding domestic terrorism, radical Marxists advise their comrades to take up arms and publicly execute their political rivals at the No Kings protest this weekend. We aren't at war, and Canadians better wake the F up.
A full display right there has to get wiped out. You gotta grab a gun. We gotta turn around the guns on this fascist system. These ICE agents gotta get shot and wiped out. That's a full display
Oh my
right
God.
there. Has to
So,
Hold on. Was he saying that ICE agents need to get shot?
yes.
Says I'm really sorry. I'm going there. Says the guy with the accent who clearly is not from there, which I'm going to assume came there illegally
Maybe.
because
maybe
of
not.
his stance. I'm
I'm
just saying.
I'm gonna pull this
Could be
up.
wrong.
It's gonna be hard to see. Okay,
It is.
I'll try to zoom in as much as I can with this. What is it? Is it Shift Control? There we go.
Hold down Control and the zoom. Yeah.
Okay. How do I just get this out of here? Whatever. This will have to do. My apologies, everyone. All right, let's take some just some notable individuals. So remember, this is a grassroots movement. Grassroots. Okay. No Kings partners. Maybe how about the ACL or the ACLU actually, yes. The American Civil Liberties Union, which has been an NGO tied with the Democrats. Yeah, they funded, is that 42 billion? 42 million, sorry. How about that? The ACLU. We have American United for Separation of Church and State, Arab American Institute Foundation, Behind the Ark, a Jewish Partnership for Justice, Care in Action, Carolina for All Education, Center for Biological Diversity, Center for Common Ground, Center for International Environmental Law, Citizens for Responsibilities and Ethics in Washington, the Climate Museum, Common Cause Education Fund, Common Defense Civic Engineering. There's some interesting ones like where is it now? What, Feminist Majority Foundation? There was a couple. Where is it now? There were some like socialist ones, a lot of this stuff. Jobs with Justice Education Fund, Jewish Voice for Peace. Okay. Women's March. Yeah, because that's a total organic grassroots movement. I wonder if there's maybe a little is there a little Trevor Project maybe something along those lines? National LGBTQ Task Force, National Women's Law Center, New Florida Majority, now DBA Florida, Rising Together, Newton Alliance, Action Alliance, Oil Change International, which is an environmentalist organization, Our Revolution, which is a pro-communist revolutionary organization, Parents Together Action, Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood. That's what I think of when I think of tyrants, even though we go look up the history of Margaret Sanger and how much she hated the Negro and how she wanted them dead. It's funny that the organization that they support, but let's look at some of the organizations at the tippy top. So these are like the big ones. So Arbella, Buffett, Ford, Rockefeller, Soros, Tides. This is showing a grand total of $294 million. $1/4 billion to fund these totally organic protests. I don't know if you guys have watched any of these protest like videos lately. They're all like seniors.
I haven't noticed. I'm literally just trying to think. I haven't noticed that. I know
There's
I see
quite a
some.
few. There's quite a few that it's a bunch of old people. I wonder why.
An extra paycheck, some extra money.
I'm telling you, none of this is grassroots. This is the amazing thing, guys. With the Freedom Convoy, this is why it is so incredible. That was 100% grassroots. There was no big organizations behind it, pushing this, funding it. That was from every normal Joe Blow just operating in the world. Yes, he is a terrorist. In my opinion, I think George Soros is a terrorist. The Freedom Convoy was 100% a grassroots movement.
Mm-hmm. That was, yes.
And another thing that the media tried to, or the government and the media tried to push, saying that it was a foreign funded movement. No, when they had that whole commission with the Emergency Act and all that crap, the People's Inquiry, all of that stuff, it was the vast majority, like 70, 80% plus, was within Canada, not from outside, wasn't funded by the United States or Russia, as they tried to purport. It was Canadians sending $20, $100. Yeah, there were some big donators, like, maybe like $10,000, but the vast majority of it was people sending like $100.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's grassroots. So whenever you see any of this, just think some big government or NGO is funding this, all these no kings stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It was not a small fringe group at all. Nope.
No, I think a lot of
you actually see the videos of the people who were live streaming the whole thing, or even sadly enough, because you had to go to American news to actually see coverage on it. That was not a small amount of people. It wasn't a small amount of people that went to Ottawa, and it was not a small amount of people that were literally lined up on highways waving flags showing appreciation for the truckers. No, it was a mass amount of people.
No, it was huge. Absolutely huge and amazing. So this is what the no kings protest. And no, I'm not saying that the whole movement, everyone was, doing this, but this is the stuff that gets clipped. This is the stuff that makes headlines. There probably most people are like, yeah, they had no idea what they were actually going for. But because you know how Antifa and these types of organizations have operated, we can't assume anymore. We can't assume that these are just, these are people just out there just doing their thing. No, we've seen how these organizations and how these people decide, how they decide to kind of entangle themselves with this type of stuff. Yes, actually, at least I do every day. If not watch, read. I read it every single day. I read CBC, CTV, Global, National Post, CP24, God, you name it. I pretty much read it. I try to do as much as I can. Again, it's more like, like stuff that's actually, culturally or politically relevant. I'm not reading like, 5-year-old Timmy picked his nose and I don't know, ate it or whatever.
Lies. That's
Yeah.
literally your favorite news to read.
Wait, lampshade etiquette. What? I met people in Roseneath, Ontario, who were at one point moving drugs that were required at the Trent Air Force Base with cover from military and police. I unfortunately don't doubt it. We've seen ever since Trump came into office, we've seen a lot of Mexican cartels operating in Canada. 7 cartels are operating within Canada and have been getting precursors.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah. So that's the shift that we see happening now within Canada. Is a lot of the cartels and stuff that were operating in Mexico, they just went up to Canada. The biggest drug it's funny, like every month or so, like have you guys noticed this? Like every month, it's like the biggest drug lab just busted in Canada. And then like next month, it's the next biggest drug lab busted in Canada. And
There's
then
so
again,
many.
isn't it weird? Isn't it
Yeah.
weird how that happens? Yeah, because they just moved all their precursors from Mexico to Canada. Did he meet with them? I don't know if I don't think he'd be that dumb to meet with the cartels. They have their own ulterior motives, but Canada is not going in a good direction with cartels operating. Because how this ends up happening, so like
It blows my mind.
The analogy that I use is like, if let's say your neighbors, you guys got along great with them. They'd come over and they'd have dog treats and they'd give the dog treats to your pets. And they'd come over with, dinner for you once in a while, or what, hey, we made a bunch of this and we sent it over, and maybe they come over for drinks once in a while and all that stuff. And great relationship. Couldn't ask for better neighbors. Then they move up and her new family moves in. And they keep poisoning your dog. You keep finding like a tennis ball with nails in it. The food that they give you is like literally stuff that they picked up out of the garbage can. You're going like, what? Why? I don't stop coming here. No, I don't want. Yeah, but we heard you like your neighbors coming over. I'm like, yeah, but you keep poisoning my goddamn dog. You keep harming.
I don't know. They wouldn't.
My family.
If we had neighbors that did that to our pets, they wouldn't have made it past the ball. Personally, you'd be bailing me out of jail.
So what, our government works with them. That is why Kamloops big bus only had one guy charged.
Really? One guy. Come on.
Well, and we have seen, we've seen drug busts out of Calgary. Like a Calgary man, Hardeep Singh Sir Brar. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, real good old Canadian boy.
What are you talking about?
Charged with drug smuggling into the United States. Like, yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, sure. I believe that when my shit turns purple, it smells like rainbow sherbet. So, and that's, I think what a lot of this is because.
Oh, 100%. I agree with this. Absolutely.
Also, that they can get into the U.S. That is why President Trump was pissed at Carney and Trudeau. Yeah.
I don't blame him.
And then, the liberal media and the liberal pundits, not naming any names, but like they see this stuff and they're like, why is the U.S. being so mean to Canada? What? We've always been good. It's like, yeah, but 10 years ago, you weren't poisoning my dog. Now you are.
Yeah.
So my attitude's going to change when you try to poison my dog and you keep throwing 100%. Like flaming garbage trying to burn my house down. Like, yeah, I'm going to be a little ornery. Forgive me. I might be just a little ornery.
Just a wee little bit.
Yeah. So the whole no kings thing, no tyrant. Shut the fuck up. It's all gaslighting. It's all fake. All of this stuff it's fake. No one buys this stuff. And that's what bothers me. Like I said before, or I said earlier. I read this stuff. I'm an idiot. And I can see this stuff. The people who are like political pundits and all this, they see the same stuff, but their view is completely inverted. They justify it. You know, the whole elbows up crowd.
I don't know. There are some things. See, I'm a woman. I get emotional. Certain things, like I tell you, the whole elbows up thing, I would just want to, like, it's like instant triggering for me. I just want to smack him. Be like, put your elbows down, you dumbass. I can't even.
Yo, what about this? For those that are just listening, so here's a couple people. Make assassinations great again.
Stop. Who's the picture?
I can't really make out what it is. It looks like Donald Trump with his head blown off. Oh
my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, so there was that woman out of Chicago, that famous, it's kind of become, you know, that's been circling around, of a teacher going like in the neck.
Right? I hope that bench gets fired.
Well, and so, you know, the school was denying that it was her, but yet you shut down your ex account. Like if
denying, she was clear as day on camera.
But they weren't part of it. That's not her.
1000%.
If I had an employee and I was covering for them, I wouldn't do I would do what they did. If it wasn't them, I wouldn't have done what they did. I would have put out a statement that, like, there was this guy that was like a psychologist or psychiatrist that worked with like transgender youth or some garbage. Was it in Washington? And the company that he had listed for that he worked with said like, hey, here's a statement. This person hasn't worked with us since like 2018. We have no professional connection with this person at all. Hey, hands off. Okay? We don't go after people who are innocent. We don't do that. Yeah. You target the people who deserve it. And I mean target, like, call them out. Say, like, how you're acting is disgusting. How these two people, and of course, septum piercings, you know, really, septum piercing theory is really holding up well. So,
I can't, I'm sorry. I think I made the mistake and actually zoomed in on these shirts. They're horrible. Mm-hmm. Like the one girl, like I'll kind of describe a bit of it. I don't want to show it. I actually zoomed out. But in the one shirt, it said, politicians don't die. Like they used to.
Yeah. So the one on the right is when Donald Trump got shot in Pennsylvania. But it's showing that it hit him.
Yes. And then the other one, is him literally putting a gun in his mouth. Yeah. That unbelievable. That is so gross.
So when you think of the people who are, talk about tolerance and inclusivity and being loving. This is why, the message is never the message. The message is the revolution. That's what these people are. They are revolutionaries. They are communist revolutionaries. That's what this is. That's 100% what this is.
Gross.
Should we play? We could play this clip here. So this was Reddit Lies had posted this one. So full footage of No Kings protesters stealing the glasses from a man's face, then tripping him after he tried to chase the thief down. Rude. This was posted on Reddit Denver protest, where Redditors say, sorry, I'll just pull it up. Are saying the This was posted on Reddit or /r/r/Denver Post, where Redditors are saying they supported his free speech until he said a slur. So confirmed piece of POS, but I guess I was okay with his freedom of speech until he made that slur comment. Good for his ass. He is smirking so hard. Just to split hairs a bit, freedom of speech applies to the government, nothing more. Not that I'm saying he shouldn't be able to yell some hate speech. Hate speech isn't a thing. Now, I'll say separately, if one yells hate speech, then F that person. Tolerance to all except the intolerant. Famously, Karl Popper's stance that I 100% agree with. He argued that that to preserve a tolerant society, it must, in certain cases, claim the right to suppress intolerance, often by keeping it in check with public opinion and rational argument, but reserve the right to use force if necessary. So we'll just see what this guy is, if it'll play. How much you want to bet it doesn't play?
Don't say that. Don't jinx that.
So I'll just, this probably won't load because X likes to do this sometimes. So it's gross when we can't all look at each other as humans, rather as neighbors. We all have way more in common than we do with the politicians and elites that separate us, that want to divide us, or that separate us, that want this divide.
Really? I mean, his comment did not have the belches in it, guys.
It did. It did.
It did
You're
not.
welcome.
No.
I was method acting. I was method acting.
God. Okay. What link is this? I'll see if I can get it to play.
Was it 2 minutes 40 something seconds? I think.
Which I need a link.
Oh, it's in at the bottom of where all the organizations that were. Just go to yeah, right there. There you go. I'm so proud of you. You're
How do you
amazing.
know what I'm doing?
Because I can see. I
How
see
do you
everything.
know what I'm doing? How? I'm not sharing my screen.
Well, Porter, I'll say this. I more or less agree with it, but I've become more and more disillusioned with it. Because do you want to share a world where a innocent person that espouses milquetoast positions gets assassinated and then those people cheer about it? I don't. I think that's repulsive. I think that's repugnant. I think those people are below me, morally, ethically, everything else. I don't want to share a world where if I like us doing this is justification for me to be murdered. I don't want to live with those people.
No.
The people that are
That's
like,
scary.
centrist, like there are a bunch of people who were like left leaning, like, I know Shoe on Head's been prominently kind of like left, like hard left. She's totally like rebuked anyone on the left. People like her. Kind of the classical liberal, which I would find myself in that camp where I'm going, I don't know, whatever that is, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't know what that is, but that is absolutely against anything and everything that I've held, the beliefs that I've held, the worldview that I've held as a liberal. That is illiberal. That is absolute destruction. So I find myself in the camp of like Christian conservatives and arguing with them against, these far left type individuals. I don't want to share a country with people like that. I don't. Is it working for you?
No. And I was trying to go onto Reddit here to actually find the thing, but it's saying I'm blocked. So it's like it might have been a mistake. It's like it might have been a mistake, but yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there. I don't know.
r/titty drop.
Maybe.
Understandable.
VPN too. Hold on. Let me try something. Understandable. We might glitch for a sec.
No, I 100%. I do agree. I agree that we are in it is a war between good and evil. And I think we've absolutely lost.
Feed
me all night long.
Thank you.
it's just me not just in the middle of talking. That's cool. Don't worry about it. It's cool. I like that. I like just being cut off. Here, let me help you out a
When
little.
I
Yada, yada,
when I
yada.
heard that you weren't talking.
You know what really grinds my gears? You, America. Fuck you, Diane.
Huh. I take that personally. My America in this situation.
No, I think it is a fight between good and evil, and even me, someone that's not spiritual, not religious, I view as what they're doing as it is evil. It is even in terms of human flourishment. I can look at it even in that aspect. That what they're doing is actually the opposite of human flourishment. It is the destruction of human ingenuity, morality, and ultimately flourishment.
Oh.
So I think
Looks
what
like
they're
this-
doing. What, did it get yanked?
The Reddit post, it got yanked.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, interesting. Well, that sucks. So that's probably why it's not loading, maybe.
So I agree, but it's social programming coming from the mainstream. That's why channels like yours are so important. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying it, share it. Share it along with your friends. We were booted from YouTube for about 3 years because we were talking
Yeah.
COVID at the time, and so we're back. We're back like a bad rash.
Literally, as of freaking Friday, we got the email. Hey, guess what? Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. we gave you your channel back. It's like 3 years ago is when we were like perma-banned. I tried appealing it, everything, nothing. So yeah, we're just finally back. We can catch all the in-between episodes on Rumble though.
Yeah, we've been going strong on Rumble. So who knows how long this will last on the old commie tube. So of course we're always streaming on Rumble. Chris and the whole Rumble team over there have been nothing but gracious with us to have us over there and espousing our opinions. So I owe a debt of gratitude towards Chris and the Rumble guys, gals. It's cool. It's gender neutral. Shut up. So yeah, of course, like hit the subscribe button and come on over to Rumble. We'll probably be kicking you over to Rob Knorr. Rob, me and him we've been talking a little bit. I'm not trying to manifest anything, but I basically said, Rob, if you don't come on, I'm gonna break your legs. And he's like, well, don't you? I don't even know who the hell you are. And I'm like, shit, you're right. It's true.
Oh, right. Okay. So I found this. So hopefully it's a little something. I found it on TMZ.
Ride your bike, you fucking fag! Go get a job!
Oh, that was the racial slur?
Really?
Wow. Oh. Oh my god, that guy tripped him? Oh my god. This. Oh wow. How dare you help him?
Dude, you don't quit. I'm serious.
Hey, get your buddy. Get your buddy.
Oh, this is okay.
So there you go. So there, he said the flag word, called them a bunch of flags, and that
How
was
is that a-
justifiable for him to get attacked.
How's that a racial slur for one? It's not a race. Oh, I don't think it said racial slur. It just said
I didn't
slur,
say
didn't
racial
it?
Slur. Man, see, and these people pearl clutch so hard. This is why I think the left of today are a bunch of pussies. They're a bunch of Puritan pussies.
Right? Like, grow some cojones. Come on. Stop being such little bitches.
No,
There's only room for one bitch in the world, and it's me. Okay.
That's a huge bitch.
You're not wrong. Cheers to that, sir.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Damn, boy, she thick.
So there you go. So all right. So let's we'll shift over to the Emaru thing because it's that's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. But I'll read this from Porter. So we need to have a government and media separate with funding where media are supposed to hold governments to account and not be the cheerleaders of the left. We used to have that law in Canada. That used to be a thing in Canada. And we removed it. Justin Trudeau removed it in 2019 that it's either the government or the media. I can't remember which one. Yeah, what's the difference at this point? Hey, Jackie boy. Thank you, Jack. You're muted, you dickhead.
Oh, I said boppity boopity.
Government removed that law, so now I can't remember if it's the media or the government can lie to you. So they're like I theory. Like I think people look at when the government funds something that it becomes impartial. I think that's how people view it. But it's been the absolute opposite. Because the media is supposed to be nonpartisan. We should have a healthy media atmosphere where people just give you the information. That's it. Just give you the information. But now when they are able, and I think that's why we've seen the reins kind of get, loosened, so to speak, or like things have gone crazy. The United States used to have a similar law. Barack Obama got rid of that. Justin Trudeau got rid of it. Like, in relation, Barack Obama got rid of it in the United States. Justin Trudeau got rid of it in Canada. So now the media can lie to you, can propagandize you. And now when I'm the one holding the purse string saying, hey, if you want your funding, you better play ball a little bit.
Yeah.
You better play frickin' ball.
Are you sorry? You're trying to switch
gears
into something different? Because if so, then maybe we should watch Trump's response to all this bullshit.
Oh, yes.
If you don't mind, I want to see this. All right, let's.
I believe in you. You can do it. You can do it, Nikki.
Of course, I can do it. Which is this? Oh my god! Oh, here we go. I have so many tabs open. I couldn't figure out which one was which. All right, let's see his response, shall we? I'm so excited. King Trump. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, there we go.
I think Duke Nukem said
I love that. Which was what?
Oh, anyone in chat, you know exactly. If you were OG, if you were an OG, you knew what was up. You knew what was up.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh. Love it. That's funny. Okay, come on though. But when have you ever seen like a president or prime minister, anything that literally does the shit that Trump does, like responding back in AI the way he does, or some of his responses? Like, did you see with the oh my god, when they had that last meeting or whatever, when they had Carney there, Trump accidentally referred to him as president.
Oh,
and
right.
He's like, oh wow, he's like, that's so awesome, like a step up or something like that.
Yeah, you didn't call me
Prime
governor
Minister.
or whatever.
Yeah, and he's like, I could have called you governor.
Yeah.
But he's just so freaking like, and again, it's not like I agree with everything the guy says or does, but he's funny as shit. Come on.
He
He's
is.
clever.
Well, and you look at people like, Jimmy Kimmel, he got the Trump bump. He broke records on his own television show after he came back on the air. Now he's back below where he was.
It's for real. I figured
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
happen. I wasn't sure if it would happen that fast, but
Yeah, he got his Trump bump. But all right, so we'll touch on the Imru thing. You want to do your thing? This is a live show. Monday, Wednesday at 8:00 Central. If you like the show, share it.
and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central. God, at least get it right if you're gonna mock me. Please share, like, subscribe. It makes us feel warm and fuzzy inside. And I need more.
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
Please, sir. I want some more.
It's funny how we're both making that same face.
How are you?
Yes. Oh my god. Two
All right.
pods and a pea we are.
So I'll pull this up. This is from the Daily Mail. So streamer Imru blasts TwitchCon after crazed fan grabbed her face and tried to kiss her. A popular streamer and cosplayer has claimed that there was a lack of security at a streamer convention on Friday after a crazed fan was seen grabbing her face. Imru held a meet and greet at TwitchCon in San Diego, where the biggest names on the platform can interact with their fans when she was apparently assaulted. Video shared online. My apologies.
Much better.
Video shared online shows she was talking with a fan when a tall man wearing a plaid shirt and blue jeans appears to cut the line. He then grabbed Imru's face, bringing her face close to his in an apparent attempt to kiss her as she screamed for help. But before anything could happen, a security guard...
Gesundheit.
Bless me, Stursel.
I said Gesundheit.
Could happen. A security guard who Imru said she hired herself shoved the man away and shooed him from the area. Twitch has since released a statement saying the event organizers alerted security and law enforcement about the groping incident, and the man involved has been banned from any future in-person events in the site itself. How about you charge the frickin' guy?
Right.
So they do have the video here. So back up. Thank you.
Ah. Whew. That guy was on it fast. You want some? It's just like, ew, gross.
Whoa.
Really tight. Oh my god. That was so high pitched. Whoever said hello.
That's her.
Oh my god.
Have a good night, Elise. Thanks for tuning in. So Twitch had changed something that they said that they were upping their security. As far as I understand from Imru, she had released a statement.
I'm not gonna lie, the way that you were talking about it earlier, I thought it was like way worse than that.
What, grabbing someone?
No, didn't she say like they were sexually harassed or something like that? Like, I mean, okay, I know, I get it, but it's just when you hear that, like I was expecting like she was like full on assaulted, not just like trying to eat her face. I don't know.
Well, so I'm reading some. So this is from AI that is. Oh wait, hold on. Is this a statement from her right here? It is.
Oh, I just want to clarify though. I don't think it's right either. Like what happened is wrong. However, I just thought it was.
Yeah, so she says, so hello everyone. I am okay and thank you all for the kind messages. Sorry I cannot respond to all of them. Yesterday, the man who assaulted me was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon and even in front of another creator's meet and greet to grab me and my face and try to that sounds so weird to say it like that. To grab me and my face and my axe.
Get
Or-
over here.
Or I guess, and my ass. Fortunately, he wasn't able to, but a lot of people have pointed out that it could have been a lot worse. I am obviously shaken up by what happened. And it's not the first time I've dealt with something like this. But to tell you honestly, I'm a lot more hurt and upset by how Twitch handled it during and after the fact. Like I said, I don't understand how he was allowed to make it to me in the first place. The security in the clip who reacted is my own security. It's true, my favorite and usual security guard was banned for holding a stalker's arm to bring him to the police.
Wow.
How-
How would that get banned? Like that should have been like high-fived.
This is what, like, Twitch, and I know we're not big on Twitch. Hell, we're not even on Twitch right now because Dan Clancy's a weirdo. He's a freaking creep. They said that they were going to up security and all this crap, and that they were going to, make sure that everyone was safe. Well, it seems like the Twitch security at this event laughed about it, thought it was funny after this incident took place.
Stop. For real.
Stalker arm. Okay, past TwitchCon. However, sorry, I'll just.
Well, good for her for actually hiring her own security, because obviously she couldn't trust Twitch to get their shit together and protect her properly, because clearly they did not. And had she not hired her own security, who knows what would have happened? Maybe it would have been a lot worse than what, or as I was thinking it would have been.
Mm-hmm. So, however, there were at least 2 or 3 TwitchCon security staff in the area who did not react and let the guy walk away. As you can see in the clip, since they don't even appear in the frame. The woman who is walking me away is my own personal manager, and behind the booth, the only 2 people who were checking on me and comforting me were her and my friend. None of the TwitchCon staff came to ask what happened or if I was okay. My friend who was present told me Twitch security were also behind the booth afterwards, joking about how they didn't even see what happened and immediately laughing and moving on to talking about something else. If no one was checking if I was okay, if I needed anything, and they let the guy run away initially. I have no idea what anyone hired. I have no idea what anyone hired to help the event safe was doing. In Twitch's statement, they said the guy was immediately caught and detained. I'm sorry, but that is a blatant lie. He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet, and I didn't hear he was caught until hours after he attacked me. And it felt like this only happened because my manager pressing for it. Not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. I have a lot more I want to say, but I will say it on stream later today instead of writing a book on here. Yada, yada, yada. So,
wow.
Twitch has been getting in a lot of hot water with regards to their moderation on Twitch directly. Their CEO, Dan Clancy, has been saying some really creepy things, really weird things. He's protected people like Dog Shocker Hassan Piker.
Ugh.
Twitch has really taken a really weird turn. Their moderation team openly censors people who have opposing views to them. Twitch used to be just about video games. That was it. Now they had hot tub streams, and they had OF chicks getting involved, and so this whole ordeal becomes a massive black eye for Twitch. When they said that we were going to make sure that everyone at these events was safe, and one of your biggest streamers was, and then to laugh about it, and then to lie about it. That's what these places tend to do. That's how these organizations tend to act.
That's actually quite skeezy, I will say. Especially for a place as big as Twitch. You know, the fact that they don't have proper protections in place for their... I don't care if you're the highest paying or highest streamer or not, but just the people that they have there, period. they should have proper security in place. And I mean, give the girl kudos for hiring her own security guard, because obviously she needed to do so because she couldn't trust Twitch to keep her safe. So
Like, could you imagine
it's gross.
you banned her last security guard because he actually did his job, what he's paid to do,
right? How
and
does that make
probably paid
sense?
quite handsomely. It's not like this dude was making, you know, minimum wage. He was probably paid a significant amount.
I'm sure he was, but to be fair, even if he was being paid minimum wage, what he did was freaking superb. He
And then
did
to let
his
the
job.
Then to let the guy walk.
Yeah, what?
To let him walk? Are you flipping kidding me?
Right? I would
To
have
let the guy
demanded
walk.
more. Yeah.
No.
I if I were her, I wouldn't go back there. Honestly, if I were her, I would really consider moving my platform from Twitch to someplace else.
Go to Kick. Kick has been killing it. They've been making memes, making fun of Hassan and all this crap, and like,
Good.
you know, Twitch streamer starter kit, and it's like a dog that's electrocuted with a shock collar and all this stuff. It's like they're
This is
just
bad.
they're just torching them, and Kick has gotten a lot of really big names to move over there because people are tired of seeing the duplicitous nature and the favoritism that was coming from Twitch. So we're seeing this like parallel economy thing going on in real life. You know, if you're hardcore left, you go to Twitch. If you're like just a normal person, you go to Kick. You want to see dick or dildo on YouTube?
YouTube? Yeah.
You go there. If you want like
Right.
normal people on the right, or just like normal people / on the right, you go to Rumble. You wanna talk about like kitty stuff? Go to Blue Sky. You want to talk about like normal culture, news, and politics? You go to X. So that's what we're seeing. That's really what we're seeing. We're seeing this big exchange, or this big split going on. I don't know. I wouldn't be, maybe like she'll just stick to Twitch just because, like, you know,
She
Imru
shouldn't.
has been on Twitch for forever. But I think with this type of stuff, well, if I were to go to a Twitch event, and there was some weird stuff going on in the background that she was like sexually coerced in order to do this event.
Jesus. Well, see, but that's the thing. Like, if I were her, like, whether you've been on Twitch for a long time or not, maybe her saying, "Nah, fork you, I'm out," because you guys couldn't even protect me or whatever. Maybe that'll get them to get their act together. Maybe. I don't know for certain,
But she's already had one incident. And she stated she had an incident that happened last year.
Yeah, with that her security guard protected her from. Like, girl, stop. Don't stop going to these things. I don't know what you're doing.
No. And I've seen a lot of people, you know, and I'd love to meet, like, you know, people that tune in and people that I've met, like, you know, whether it's on X, like we've met tons of like super awesome, cool people. I would love to like have like, you know, actually put a name to a face, or a face
100%.
to a name. I mean,
I know what you meant.
you know, but like at the same point, like I've heard a lot of people say like, no, don't ever meet your fans. That's a terrible thing. You'll do a blah, blah, blah. Like you know, something terrible will happen.
Maybe if they're psychotic.
And I
Not all fans are psychotic.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, yeah, the one incident happened, but it's like, you know, when people like tune in to someone days and days and days, or even like years on end, like you get to know that person, like you actually know the person,
Right.
and it's a really weird thing. Like I said, like when the Charlie Kirk thing happened, you know, I've seen his clips, I've seen him on whatever, I've seen his, you know, YouTube shorts or like, you know, compilation videos and all that stuff, you know, over the years. And it's like you've met that person, as in a really weird way. Like you've met that person.
Well, yeah, you feel like you have. You've seen so much of them that you feel like you know them.
Well, and I think when you're online and you're talking for hours on end, you can only hold that up for so long. Like the mask will eventually slip, and you'll either either your authentic self shows, or you know, like the authentic
shows.
Yeah. And so with this type of stuff, obviously there's deranged people. Like there, how many incel,
Yeah, the
dweebs
left.
are out there doing this type of stuff and doing their own little goon sesh,
Ew.
for this stuff.
Never
But
sickening this.
like it is kind of it is I guess it is kind of weird to be a fan of someone and then to say like, I know you.
I mean,
You know?
I get the concept of I feel like I know you.
No,
Like,
I don't think it's a feel. Like,
No.
I'm sure with the 10 what Joe Rogan's been doing his thing for a decade plus.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure like the mask is off. Any semblance of any type of mask is gone. Careful, you have to shock Emmy.
I know. I just saw him stand up. I know. Oh no. Naughty boy, you. How dare you switch beds?
But so that, and I think that's like what I do see a lot with people say on the far left. They cycle an audience. They don't have people that have been there 5, 10, 15 years. Like they don't have they don't have subscriber 1 coming back. They're constantly cycling people because eventually people see like, oh yeah, this guy's a hypocritical liar and he just does X, Y, and Z and he doesn't actually believe anything, and then they move on, and then just the rotating door of an audience kind of moves through there. But people on the right, like for us, it is about being authentic. It is about merit. It is actually about being a genuine person. Like a genuine freaking person. Like, yeah, I could espouse my opinions and my views on certain things, but ultimately, when the mask slips, and I'm not saying I'm wearing a mask, but like eventually the authenticity, you're either authentic or you're inauthentic, and inauthentic doesn't fucking work. You have to be authentic. And people pick up on that stuff super, super quick. Super quick. And so we've seen people that become audience captured, that they have to keep going along with what their audience wants, and the second they actually break character and say something contrary to what their audience actually thinks, then everything starts to break down and everything falls apart. So, I know for us, like we're small fish in a big pond, but like for every single person that follows us, every single person that says hi, every person that I've had, positive interactions with, like I'm grateful because like to me, it's not an expectation. I don't expect that you better fucking be here. It's you know what? We share a bunch of information, and you know what? Maybe we all get smarter. Some of us might get a little bit dumber, but that's more how I kind of view this. And so when in someone in Imru's position, who's probably had fans that have been with her for years, decades, and then if she goes, you know what, I'm just not going to do meet and greets anymore because of this interaction, like I get it, but then a part of that kind of dies.
Well, yeah, it would. 100%. I mean, I know it's funny because even because when you're talking about like keeping up the facade for so long, like you can only do it for so long, right? So one example of that, a good example, is Paris Hilton. I mean, when you looked at her from The Simple Life and stuff like that, she's a ditzy heiress, and she doesn't even know what Walmart is because that's where they sell wall stuff. But you have that, and then it comes out years later when her this documentary thing came out of her, and all of a sudden you hear her talking and you hear her voice and you're like, who is that? Like all of a sudden her voice is deeper. She doesn't sound so ditzy. She's actually quite intelligent. Like she seems like a completely different person all of a sudden. And people are like, well, who is this? Well, yeah, that is Paris Hilton.
But we've seen a lot of say like, because the new celebrity isn't in Hollywood, it's online. Those are the new celebrities.
Yeah.
Like, do you think like people like Mr. Beast, like he can't live a normal life, or people like PewDiePie or any of like these big people, like those people aren't, will never understand that gravity of influence, or however you want to say like what they do and what they, what they've created. You'll never understand that. So for them, that's one thing. But now, we don't have, you don't really have celebrities, because like every celebrity you see is like this raging asshole who's espousing this opinion, like we talked about on Saturday with like Ben Affleck, and you're Islamophobic, and we need to support Muslims and all this type of stuff, instead of, hey, I'm here to promote a movie. Here it is. Here's the information. I was super fun. I loved working with everyone, and carry on.
Way off topic. So at the other end of the room is where I have the dog bed. My dog literally dragged the bed all the way from back there, and he is literally right beside me right now. He does this every single day. It's the cutest freaking thing ever.
Puppy, little Hemi.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess with that, let's make like a banana and head out.
Sounds good. All right. So thank you, everybody, for taking the time and the time out of your day to come sit with us and listen to the craziness going on in the world today. As per usual, we don't disappoint. There's just too much for us to keep up with. Again, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the little subscribe button down below. We are live Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time, and every Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. So
we love our weekend warriors.
Yes. Don't forget to check us out. And if you're watching on YouTube, now that we're back, Rumble is where you can catch all the in-between episodes that you've missed for the past 3 years. So check us out there. All right. Otherwise, have a fantastic day. Be kind to one another. See you on Wednesday. We out.